Hello and welcome to Tips and Tricks for Microsoft Live at EDU. My name is Evan Archella and I'd like to talk with you today about Microsoft Office web app functionality in SkyDrive. Microsoft Office web apps were introduced with the Office 2010 launch. There are 4 of them: Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and OneNote. Each of these will allow you to edit those files within the browser without having to have the full client application installed locally on the desktop. Once you have a file in SkyDrive, in this case I'm going to show you a Word file, it must be in the DocX or the 2007-2010 format, DocX, PPTX, and so forth, in order to edit directly within the browser. If it's not, if this was a .doc file, it would ask me to convert the first time I went in to edit this particular file within the browser. If you hover over a file, you'll see the file level menu. If you click the name of the file, you'll go directly into what we call the read mode for the web app. Now what you'll see here is a full fidelity view of this document. So photos, you'll see if I scroll down here, there's a piece of smart art within this document. This is going to look exactly as it would look if I was working within the full Word application. If I go up to the top left, you'll see I have a file tab. I can get into some other options for this document. I can also use the Find button to open up what we call the navigation pane here, the search pane. If I was to search for something like phosphorus, for example, it will highlight for me keywords within the document and allow me to jump to any of those results as necessary. Now this is all the read mode. This is not an editable view of this document. If I want to edit it, I'm going to click Edit in Browser. That will take me into the edit mode for the Word web app. You'll notice this looks very familiar. If you've ever used Office 2007 or 2010, it's going to have a very similar ribbon interface across the top, command tabs. It's going to function very much like those full applications. What you have here is the ability to do quite a bit of text formatting, incorporate things like styles into your document. Styles are predefined formatting. If I wanted to, for example, apply a title style to the first line of text here, if I need to add new text, it's as easy as typing it directly into the web app. So I'm typing directly into the browser, and you'll notice things like my proofing tools will flag misspelled words for me. If I would just right-click this, I could select the correct word right here within the browser and make those changes. If I come up here to styles again, let's put a subtitle on that particular line of text. Now notice down here at the bottom, you'll see I have a little gray box here called Picture. If I scroll down again, you'll see something called Smart Art. Now these items are in the document, but they are not editable within the browser. So what I get within the Word app is I get a placeholder. So if you see a little gray box like this, it tells you what that placeholder is, where it exists within the document. It's just simply not editable within this particular view. If I go back to my View tab, go into Reading View, you'll see if I scroll down here, that smart art is still visible within the document. And again, this is giving me that full fidelity or high fidelity view. Now what happens if I need to edit this smart art? Well, if I have Word installed locally on the machine, I could go ahead and open this in Word and be able to edit it using the full functionality of the Word application. Now this is Word 2010. I need to enable the editing for this because it is an internet-based document. Now I can scroll down. Here's our smart art. I can use now the full features of Word to be able to come in and go ahead and change the layout on that smart art, something I was not able to do within the browser. I also want to point out while I'm here the navigation pane on the left-hand side. Great thing about the navigation pane is if you use styles in your document, you're going to be able to see that document structure within the navigation pane. This replaces what we used to call the document map. So if you see, for example, the word materials here, you can see over here within the document it says materials. Each of these gray buttons over here in the nav pane correspond to a heading section within the document. So if I want to jump to any section of the document, I just simply click it in the navigation pane. And I can also use these to simply drag and drop sections around. So for example, if I wanted the ammonia nitrogen test to be above the pH test in the document, I can just simply click, drag it up, and you can see I've moved the entire section up in the document. So some very useful things that you can do within that navigation pane. If I save this, you'll see the save icon has the little green arrows around the top there, kind of revolving arrows. What it's essentially doing here is synchronizing. It saves the changes, it synchronizes them back out to that stored location where the document itself lives. If I close this, click on the document again, if you just do a little hover, you'll see your file options show up, and you can click on version history. As you save files back to SkyDrive, a version history is created of those documents. So any of those Office documents that I'm working with, it will save additional versions as I'm going in and out of the web apps or of the full version of the particular client application. So I can see here all of the different versions of the document. If I go back in time to an older version, I have the opportunity of restoring that up as the most recent version. So you have some control with your documents by using SkyDrive in this way. Let me give you a few resources to think about with Live at edu. Here's some information on the program itself. Help.outlook.com will give you some good information on Outlook Live if you're interested in the hosted Exchange solution. And if you go to Bing and do a search on Office Web Apps Product Guide, you'll get a very nice document with a detailed breakdown of all of the features that are available within each of the Office web apps. I look forward to seeing you on another screencast.